welcome back to Rewiring Neurons. This is your own channel of personal progress and professional growth. And I am Dr. Anju Shukla, who specializes in emotional intelligence. I also expertise in NLP coaching. Also, I'm a behavioral analyst and a life coach. So let's start with emotional intelligence series. So we have seen that in the last two videos we have talked about some myths of emotional intelligence, and in the last we talked about self-awareness. We have been talking about the various components of emotional intelligence, and today, continuing with the series, we are going to take up self-management, which is the second step towards emotional management or emotional intelligence. So this is one of the very important component of emotional intelligence. Now, why do I say this? Very simply, when you talk about self-awareness, it means that you are aware about your emotions. So that is very good, right? Because we tend to say that if you are aware, half of your problem is solved. Now, once you become aware about your emotions, next step is very clearly to try and manage your emotions. For example, anger is one of the very fierce emotions which most of us experience. So first, if we have known that we tend to get angry, that is first step towards emotional intelligence. So now once we have known that we have some anger issues, the next step is to try and take care of it. So how we can do it, we will discuss in this video itself, right? So but we will like to discuss first, why do you think emotions are important to manage? See, emotional management is very important, because if you are not able to manage your emotions, believe me, the emotions are going to take over you, right? So you will not be able to handle your emotions. Once they get out of your hand, they will be empowering you and you will be acting as per your emotions, which is not good, because as a human being you should have a control over your emotions, in fact over your life. So to have a control over your life and to see that your life is going the way you wanted it to be, right, you need to have a not control, I'll say, but you need to manage your emotions in a way so that they are able to act for you rather than they acting against you. So this is the reason we need to manage our emotions. And having said that, there is one a quote by William Shakespeare. He said that nobody can make you feel anything without your permission. So this is the first anecdote which we need to follow when we talk about emotions, because a lot of times why we get angry or frustrated is that we think that somebody has insulted us, somebody has humiliated us. And take my words, now nobody can insult you or humiliate you or put you down unless and until you have accepted that that remark from somebody. So it's always it's so true to say that nobody can make you feel anything except your permission. And when you say your permission, it means if you're not able to give that reaction, you will not be able to accept that comment from anybody else. So emotional management is very important. And when you say emotional management, we can always say there are various components of emotional management, and if these small components are taken care of, probably your whole emotions can be taken care of. So first of all, when we say anger, right, we cannot deal with anger management in this particular video because it's a little longer content, so that will be covered in my later videos. But just a small comment I like to say, or statement I like to make, that anger is something, if it empowers you, right, you always become a puppet in somebody's hands. So anger, if it empowers and gets on your head, you just lose your control, right? And once you lose your control, you lose your behavior, because if somebody has said something, that thing has gone into your head, it is processed, and you tend to react if you are not able to take care of it. And when you talk about emotional intelligence, this is where we have to stop. Instead of reacting, we need to take a pause, think for few seconds. It said the 6 second is a rule. Think for few seconds, and believe me, if you just think and pause for 6 seconds, your reaction is going to literally change. So you are going to respond rather than you are going to react. So anger management we will take up. That is one of the components of emotional management. Apart from this, we have seen that time management is an issue. If we are not able to manage our time, again we are not able to manage a lot of things. So time management is something which is important factor in your emotional management. Then you talk about stress management is again one of the important components as far as your emotional management is concerned. Apart from this, there are other components, something like your adaptability or your flexibility. If we always say that change is the only constant, and if you're not able to change with the change, you always get extend with time. So adaptability as per the environment, as per people, and as per time, you need to be adaptable to situations. And how you can make yourself flexible, there are again few points which we will be discussing. Also your decision making. So if you take control of the decision making in your life, your emotions will also be in control of you, right? Because a lot of times I've seen that people are not confident about their decisions, right? In fact, even if they make a decision, they are not confident about about it, and if they fail, they lose all the confidence which they had initially. So you should know that it is your decision. It's okay to take a decision and fail in a decision, but what is not okay is not accepting that you have got the potential to make a decision. So decision making is one of the important components of emotional intelligence. Again, also goal alignment. If the way you operate or the way you are living your life or whatever you're doing is not aligned to your ultimate goal of your life, your emotions go out of control and you will not be able to manage. So keep on checking that your daily activities are in aligned with the goals of your life. Your personal development, in fact, the way you groom yourself on each day, the way you progress towards your goal is something which is important component of emotional intelligence. If you are not aligned with your goals and your goals are not aligned with your personal development chart, right, you may tend to lose control here and there. So we need to see that if we want our mental peace and our emotions to be managed, we need to take care of all these small things like stress, like time, like anger, like personal development goals and everything. And see, everything cannot be achieved in a day or two, but ultimately we can achieve it slowly and steadily. So what we need to ensure that each day we are progressing a little, so that in the long run these small steps count and we are able to achieve our ultimate goal. So I'll wind up this video by stating a quote which was said by a Greek philosopher, Epictetus. He said, "We are not disturbed about things, but by the views we take of the things." So you need to choose how you see a particular situation. So, a lot of times I always give this example that somebody is shouting on us. And if we believe that, if somebody is shouting on us, he is insulting, right, then we will have a loss of control. But if we believe that the person is shouting is not my problem, or it is the problem of that person, then you will realize that it is, you will not take that view of an anger. The situation is not important, but the view you take of the situation, that is something which matters. So I always give this example that if somebody is shouting on you, and if you take this as an insult, right, so obviously you will have a reaction in a very different way. But if you think that this is not your problem, that somebody is shouting or screaming or getting angry, right, it is their problem, then you will take a very different point of view or a very different reaction to it. So I always say nobody can make you feel anything and everything except unless and until you give that power to to others to make you feel that way. So with this, I'll just try and wind up this video. I hope this helps, and we are going to meet in our next video. Thank you so much, and God bless.